Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well out there. Well, my name is Thomas Taylor III, coming to you live once again from Lawrenceville, Georgia, on this last Sunday of the month. You guys, you believe it? Yep, April is gone already. Well, hey, look, I'm not going to be before you long this morning. We actually have a church visit to one of our brothers. He's a pastor, Brother Jones. So I'm gonna be heading over there within the next half an hour. We're gonna go and visit him at his church. This morning, again, I'm trying to be brief this morning, but I want to talk to you about something that's very, very important. Something I've been talking to a few of my clients in the last couple of days. What I want to talk to you about is understanding your value. Yep, I said it. Understanding your value. But again, my name is Thomas Taylor III. I just want to drop a few nuggets with you. So, understanding your value, I just want to talk about three quick areas, right, in understanding your value. And one is relationships. Okay, if you understand your value in relationships, right, and then the other one is business, right? That's corporate and or your own business. And then the last part of understanding your value is your purpose. Okay, so when it comes to relationships, right? Are you the one in a relationship that's giving more and kind of not nothing's coming back to you in terms of relationships? So that's very important because relationships, as we know in this day and age, is a new currency, right? So relationships is a new currency because relationships will be able to take you where your money and your education can't bring you, right? So relationships is very important. But inside of relationships, everybody has a value, right? And why is that important? That's important is because if you don't know and or if you don't understand your value, somebody else will put a value on you, right? So what do I mean by that, Thomas? What I mean by that is if you come into a situation to a relationship where your cup, let's say, is 50% full, okay? You're not whole in certain areas. Now, inside of in a relationship, right? Somebody else in that relationship will pour the other 50% in your cup, right? So the challenge with that is you may not know what their interest is or actually, kind of where they are inside of that relationship. So now here it is. You're not 100% sure about certain areas in terms of where you're going in a relationship. But now this other individual will determine the other 50% based upon how they see you. The challenge with that is, again, you may not necessarily know, their philosophy, right? Okay, what's really going on here, right? But now if you allow the other 50%, right, to take up, the part that you felt was kind of missing in a particular area in your life, now you could be going in the wrong direction, right? So understanding your value when it comes to relationships is very, very, very important. Right. Because a lot of you guys that's listening, you may be the one inside relationships. I'm talking about relationships, family, friendships, where you're the go-to person, right? People are always coming to you, right? So what does that mean, right? So if you can look at yourself outside of yourself, you see that people actually value you, right? Why? Because they keep coming to you. So you have something that they need, right? So again, that's value in a relationship, right? So I want everybody to really understand when you're in a relationship to know and trust your value, okay? So when it comes to business, right? So business, corporate America, or even in the marketplace, right? That's very, very significant. So I'll give you an example. So pretty much no matter where you are in the United States, the housing market is just off the meter, right? It's just off the chain, right? So anybody who owns any property, like look at the value of your house now compared to a year, even 2 years ago, right? The equity in your house right now, it could be double, right? So why is that important? How's that relevant? That's relevant because the market, the market is about supply and demand, right? So if the market sees that there's a shortage of supplies, it raises the value. Ooh, I'm gonna say it again. If the market sees that it's a short in supply and you have the necessary material, right? The things that the market desires, it increases the value. Hence your equity. Okay, right. So I know individuals who sold at their home because the equity that they received was quite substantial, right? And a lot of you guys that's listening, you may have taken advantage of it as well. Okay, but that's value, right? So the reason why that's important, the reason I want to use that illustration is because as a business owner, and even if you're in corporate America, when it comes to value and supply and demand, is your value high? So if you're a business owner, right, how can you increase the value of what you're offering, your product, your service, like whatever you're offering? Well, you can start to niche down to be very specific on what you offer. Well, why is that important, Thomas? That's important because if, in terms of supply and demand, if people cannot get what you offer just anywhere, it increases your value. And the reason why I'm bringing this to everybody's attention this morning is because sometimes we minimize our value because we say it's just us. Oh, it's just me. It's just what I like to do. I like to help people. I like to do this. Well, do you charge them? Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just think about that in the housing market, right? Next time you're faced with that, just think about the housing market, right? I know individuals who put a bid on a house, and then somebody came behind them and put a cash offer with 20, 30, $40,000 on top of the asking price, right? Now, no matter what state you go in, that's going to increase the home value. Okay, we all know what the product is houses. Okay, so just substitute it with your business, right? And now you be the one to drive the market up, to drive the value of what you offer, right? Okay, everybody with me, right? That's very important, because if you have something that doesn't really have a lot of value to it, meaning that people are not necessarily attracted to it, then you create it, right? You create the value for what you offer. All right. And the last part of understanding your value is your purpose, ladies and gentlemen. And I spoke about that before in the form of understanding your gift versus your talents, right? So when it comes to your purpose and your value, again, I'm reading Purpose Driven Life again on page 17. It talks about it's not about you, right? But at the same time, we all have to understand the value that we bring to our purpose. So, what did your creator tell you that he wants you to do, right? If you don't know that, just kind of slow down a bit, right? Kind of meditate, right? Get into a quiet space and just ask, right? Because somewhere in the book that we read, sometimes somewhere in Matthew 7 area, 7 and 8, it talks about ask, right? You just might receive. Seek, you might find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you, right? So that is a way to understand your purpose when it comes to your value. Why is that important? When you operate inside of your purpose, you can do that all day long. And what happens is those that are around you, they will start to understand. They will start to see you move in a particular way. But what does that do? That increases your value. Why is that important? That's important because matter of fact, there's nobody else out there that can do what you can do the way you can do. That's a fact, right? Why? Just like our fingerprints, right? Throughout all the billions of people throughout the world, there's no two people with the same fingerprints. And that's important because your purpose is that singular as well. Like your purpose is specifically designed for you. And that's where you'll get the most value out of you as an individual when you start to align and walk inside of your purpose. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, I said I wasn't going to be long this morning, but I just wanted to come on real brief because we're about to slide into May, right? And in that May time frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of move this to a Zoom platform, like I said before, but I'm going to actually do it in May where you guys can log on, register, and then we can have more of a dialogue. And then I might, kind of move away from the Facebook Lives and or use the Zooms for lives as well. So more to come. Website is just about finished up, so that's coming as well. But again, this is Thomas Taylor III. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook at Thomas Taylor III, on Instagram, Thomas Taylor III, and my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Taylor III, dash Taylor Your Dreams. Well, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Go out there and make it a great Sunday. Until we speak again, have a great day.